Hey guys, it's Allie. Welcome back to my channel, and I think I should cook something for you guys today. What do y'all think? How about some tomato sauce? Wow, that was a creepy thing I just did. Anyway, yeah, I'm making my very simple tomato sauce for you guys today, so stay tuned, and off we go. Alright, so I have some ingredients here. I have some already chopped stuff. Alright, so let's start out with my seasoning mix. That's some garlic and parsley. My mom already pre-made that for me with some olive oil. It's super delicious. It's got some pepper and salt and stuff in there and olive oil. Next up, I have some chopped onions and some of my own seasoning mix. Some Italian seasoning, some of my favorites, garlic, sea salt, and crushed red pepper. Usually mix that all together to help me out there. Later on, I'm gonna mix in some baby kale and pre-made raviolis. And I also have some heavy cream. And where's my Parmesan cheese? Ah, there it is. I have my Italian blend of grated cheese ready to go as well. Okay, so for this you want a really big heavy pan. That's a big heavy bottom saute pan that I'm using. That way it's just nice and even. It'll cook nice and evenly. So we have our heat up on medium-high. So for this recipe, I'm going to be using a mix of olive oil and butter. I like to use olive oil for the heat and butter for the flavor. So I'm going to add those two to my pan. Let them melt together and do their thing. Alright, so butter's nice and melted, the olive oil's nice and incorporated in there. So let's get to adding stuff, shall we? So I'm gonna go with my garlic first. So you have to be super careful with garlic because garlic will burn if you let it cook too long. So I'm just gonna let it saute a little bit before I add the rest of my stuff. So next up is my chopped onions over there. I'm going to take those and add them into my garlic and olive oil and butter. Get out, onions. Get out of the bowl. Come on. There you go. Get out. Okay, so I'm going to stir those around, wait for my onions to saute until they're at least a little bit translucent. That way they'll be nice and soft and you're not chomping down on a big chunk of onion. So next up is salt and pepper. Whenever you're cooking anything, you want to season every layer. That includes your first one. So I'm going to add some salt and pepper before I do anything else. There you go. Nice and pretty and tasting good and smelling good so far as well. This crab could kill a vampire. Alright, so here comes my seasoning mix. Words are hard today. Again, is my Italian seasoning, garlic, and red pepper. I'm also going to add some honey to sweeten it up. Tomatoes can be super acidic, so you always want to counteract that with something sweet. Some people add carrots, some add sugar. I like honey because it's nice and natural. I'm going to go ahead and stir that in and make sure it's nice and incorporated with everything else. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and start adding my tomatoes. I have a huge can of crushed tomatoes right here. I like my tomato sauce to not be chunky, but some do like those chunks of tomatoes, so go ahead and use diced tomatoes if you want as well. Nice and bubbly. Stir that around, make sure it incorporates with my onions and garlic. Also, you guys want to kind of stand back again. Tomatoes do have a tendency to splatter, so you want to make sure that you're nice and safe and you're not going to burn yourself as you're cooking. So next up, I'm going to add some canned tomato sauce. This is just straight up tomatoes. It's not anything, no herbs or garlic added, just straight up tomato sauce. So I'm going to keep that can over there for just a second. Take my lid and cover it up in just a minute as soon as I've stirred it all up and incorporated it. So take my lid, put it on there. I'm going to take that and turn it down to low heat, and it's going to be a little while, so we're going to let it sit for 2 hours. So what should I do while I'm waiting? I know. I think I'm going to make a snack. So at the beginning of the week, I like to make smoothies. So I have a whole bunch of stuff laid out here. Some frozen fruit, some yogurt, some almond breeze. I have that kale mix from earlier that I'm going to add to it as well. Yeah. Almond breeze, by the way, is my favorite kind of almond milk. I also have some yogurt sitting down there, some vanilla. Let's get rolling. And speed laps. Off she goes, making smoothies like a champ. Look at her go. Blend, 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 blend. Into a bag and in the freezer. Look at that magic. It's all done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and check on my tomato sauce. It's about an hour later. Looks nice and bubbly again. I'm going to take my nice wooden spoon and just kind of stir it around. Make sure it's all cooking nicely. So guys, just a reminder, this is my version of a tomato sauce. This by no means is meant to offend Italian people, because I know that it's not an authentic Italian one. You guys make whatever you want when it comes to tomato sauce, because it's delicious any way you decide to make it. So it's been about another hour. Once again, nice and bubbly, it's boiling. I'm going to stir it around, make sure the tomatoes on the bottom aren't burning, and my onions and garlic are all going through there all nice. So on the side here, I have some heavy cream, some Parmesan, some butter. It's already warmed up. I'm just going to take a spoonful of butter and mix that in there. I like my tomato sauce creamy, so this is my little add-in for my personal tomato sauce. Stir that all in there, make sure it's incorporated. I'm going to add some cheese to my heavy cream. It's, once again, I think it's Parmesan Romano and Pecorino, I believe. I don't remember. This was a couple days ago. Oops, I'm trash. Oh, there's a chunk of cheese in there. Gross. Stir that in past Allie. Stir it. Stir it. You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So guys, my tomato sauce is a little bit thin, so here's a little life hack. If you're going to add cream to this, take a little bit of flour, mix it into the cream. That way when the cream goes in there, it's nice and thick, and that will thicken your tomato sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and incorporate some flour into my heavy cream mixture that I put the cheese and butter in earlier today. And I'm going to pour the cream in there. Now, mine was super close to overflowing. Don't be like me. Get a bigger pot if you think it's going to be that bad. So, I'm going to go ahead and mix that in all together. I love a creamy tomato sauce. I love penne alla vodka. I love alfredo. This is kind of, I like to call it my Almedo sauce, as in a fusion of alfredo and tomato. It's gonna look a little chunky for now, guys. That's okay. That's just the cheese trying to incorporate into it and not quite melted yet. Just stir it a little bit better. Looks like it's starting to incorporate over there. There we go. Looks delicious. Alright, so here I have my 4-cheese ravioli. I have some water, some salt water actually boiling over there. I'm going to take the whole package, just slide it on in there. I love fresh ravioli because it's really quick to cook. It maybe takes like 2 or 3 minutes. So I'm going to let that boil and hang out for a few minutes while it does its thing. And when they float, they're ready. So on the back burner, I have some butter melting in a pan. So as I grab my raviolis, I'm just going to drop them right in. So also I'm going to add a little bit of pasta sauce. That helps the, or pasta water, wow. That helps the sauce bind to the pasta a little bit better. And yeah, there you go. Toss, 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 toss. And in goes my garlic salt. Again, one of my favorite ingredients. I love garlic. I love salt. Both together are my perfect world. So there we go. Toss again. By the way, guys, stir if you're not confident enough to actually toss pasta in the air. So now I'm going to take a few ladlefuls of my finished pasta sauce. By the way, guys, I was simmering on low for about 2 hours. So I'm going to take 2 or 3 ladlefuls of my sauce and spoon them into my pasta with my pan, butter, salt, and pasta water. Just toss that around a little bit until it thickens up and starts to stick to the pasta. There we go. So now I have my baby kale mix once again. I'm gonna take a couple fistfuls and just throw them in there. I'm not gonna wilt it too much. I'm not that big of a fan of greens that are super wilted. I just like them a little bit more tender than that. Oh, my mom's putting stuff in the oven. Alright, so here I go again with cheese. I love cheese, can you tell? I'm gonna top that off with a little bit of cheese. There we go, looks beautiful. And also some reduced balsamic vinegar. Once again, just a finishing touch. You guys don't have to do this. Nope, a little too much in that one. Nice, good job, Allie. Great job. And there we go, trying it. Oh, it's delicious. Oh, hey, Daddy. So, that pasta was delicious. So, guys, I am now laying in bed because I'm tired and I have a million things to do today. It's Dapper Day. So I'm gonna go edit this and finish it up, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my second cooking video of my quick tomato sauce. And yeah, I hope you guys like my channel. Subscribe to me because I make new videos twice a week, and yeah, turn on that little notification bell. Give me a big old thumbs up if you love me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.